definitely not going to be able to commentate this, so just do this for recording. This is a scaled duo where I bring in the other account to drop potions. Suicide. And I forgot. Normally I drop those full ones. Try to commentate a little bit. Ooh. So I'll start with Mage Hand on the first two phases. Okay. Setting it up to start can be a little tricky. With the specials, once you get into a rhythm, you don't have to worry about much with Mage Hand. Okay. That one before his head turns, boom. Okay, I didn't hit an XP drop there. And he's gonna hit me on this one. Yep. Go to the middle. Okay, there we go. So I got an experience drop, so his head turns. If you have thralls, then if you don't get the experience drop, but the thrall makes the hit, and then the head will still turn. Of course, it's being very sloppy. Go here, so that he turns center, turn here to turn over that way. And if you're using a trident, you can do 3-0. But obviously the shadow is a little bit slower. So you do 2-0. You go here so it'll change the head, right here to hit. Can be tricky to get into. This one here is Falling Crystals. It's technically an auto attack, it's not a special. God damn it! This is a rough start. Good thing for suiciding. Recommend when you're starting off, you just go in there and bring in a bunch of stamina potions and run the head. Just getting used to that timing is important, and you'll probably be way better at it than I am. Better with music and shit. Damn it. Very inaccurate because I use mostly melee gear. You could do takeoffs to increase your accuracy. That's why even with the shadow I sort of opt for the gear that I do, increasing mage accuracy over mage damage. I still bring the occult and the tormented bracelet, but instead of bringing the cape switch or the eternal switch, I bring the Aram's top, which gives the increased mage accuracy. Melee hand is where it gets tricky. I try to time it like this to set up. We get lucky, and I was too slow. That would have been the cycle to get into 4-0. You saw that he didn't look, or he didn't attack. Fuck. Did that null attack. That's what we're looking for to get into cycle. So I'm still learning. The sort of way that I do to get into cycle is I just do the random gives you the 1-0. So you do one attack, uses a bunch of run energy, but you don't take any attacks from Olm. So I kind of just guess his attack cycle in there. So nope, that one is not going to be it. I'm going to run away from that bomb. Re-overload. Okay, should have ran that way faster to avoid that. And even whenever I'm not in cycle or being perfect, obviously, I'm still just trying to keep running the head gradually or generally to reduce the damage I'm taking. When you are in cycle, let's see, boom, after the second attack, now hopefully I can stay in this cycle for a little bit. One attack? Of course not. So normally you can stay in cycle pretty good. See if that'll work. Nope. I'm just doing some more random shit. So if it's specials, it's not something crazy. You just saw his null attack that I missed there. If I had turned his head on the null attack, then when I go back to the other side, so what am I doing there? When I go back to the other side, it skips his specials. So it's the attack, null, attack, special. God. So technically, if you are in that on the right tick you set up, whenever his head moves to go over, you get a special attack. You can attack him 3 times instead of 2, and then you're in cycle. I'm doing a garbage job of describing this. You kind of want to keep your prayer points on the low side because that special attack uses half your prayer points. So if you have your prayer points staying up high, obviously you're going to lose more prayer points when you get that special attack. Well, that auto attack. And I always, ooh, almost died, still almost dying, still almost dying. Every once in a while you just get butt fucked. First 2 phases, they'll flinch at some point. Usually it's when it flinches that I go back to the mage hand. Try to get in cycle as quick as I can. These scaled duos, I bring in 3 stamina potions. For a solo, I bring in 2. Oh, fuck me. And you really could bring in 1. Bringing in 2 just gives you the chance to do some 1-0 melee hand to save some HP. That time I was just too slow. so I just skipped it. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. The visual metronome timer has nothing to do with this little counting to 5 ticks. That's for Coliseum. For Mage Hand, you can kind of let the overload be dead for a bit, because you're in the cycle, you're not really taking any damage, got plenty of staminas. We got plenty of overload too, so I don't really need to save it. For this one, I'm sort of looking at where my true tile is. Oh man. Oops, oops, oops. Let's see if we get lucky. Nope, of course not. There are 4 options for what can happen there. So there's a 25% chance each time that you could get just set up by default. Secondly, that's what these things written here are. It's supposed to be the guide for what to do if it's a spec, auto attack. Boom, boom. One. That was a risky one. Ooh. There we go. See if we can actually be in cycle for a bit. As soon as the second attack goes, go over. Wait for your true tile to be over there. You can see for this, usually you can spend most of a kill. Oh man, I'm gonna fuck this one up. I'll go over early. Barely save that. But usually you can spend most of a kill just doing this 4-to-1. Getting 4 attacks on him for every 1 attack he gets on you. Walk this one. I'm going in the 3rd phase, so I'm still not prepared to do my Dragon Warhammer. 3rd phase, you can guarantee that you'll set up the 4-to-1 melee method if you do 2 Dragon Warhammer specs, which I cannot do. And also, I think I'm too slow here. I'm going to try to see if I can just set it up like that. So I'm not doing any flame wall skipping. So if I get a flame wall, I am just a little fucked. Okay, I know it's too slow there. So I got specials. Right back into 4-1. When you're in 4-1, the hand cannot heal. But I can get Flame Wall like that. And that's pretty much always going to fuck you up. It's YOLO. See if that works. And it would have worked. This acid wall is going to fuck me up. I killed myself on accident. Fuck. Tried to be fancy. Didn't even realize that I'm not overloaded. I have a bad habit of getting stuck in the cycle. And so I won't even notice that the melee hand's about to die. I need to eat up and overload. So just sort of run the head a bit to give me some time. Let's get these guys back in the cycle. The potions despawn, so if you're going for a while, play it safe and make sure you've got them stocked up. Ooh. See, these lines are how you turn the. Ooh. Let's trap there. That's why you don't want to overshoot. You're going to waste a lot of ticks if you overshoot your head turn and you end up, instead of turning them to the middle, just turning them all the way from one side to the other. That's some 1-0. Okay, and we'll wait right there. And I just wasted that prayer enhance. I meant to sip a stamina. So that one I skipped a flame wall. It's lucky. Whenever his mouth opened but he didn't do anything, that's because he used the flame wall special, but I was not in the attackable area. gotta get fancy. Ah. To avoid getting screwed over by the melee heal special, we kind of want to make sure you go in the melee hand first. Okay, there we go. Get fucked. 36 is all I need. 36 XP, 36 action. I think that should be it. Okay, good. Now you're just running. Now you're just walking. Let's focus on HP, because the falling rocks can hit you like a 60 stack out of nowhere. With his 30, you can get one hit just about. So just safe up. And that's all just running. Ooh. I'm gonna stay on this side to avoid those bombs. And overloading is never fun during head phase. This is where you take the most damage for sure. But there is a way to do it that takes very little damage. But again, uses a ton of staminas, and that's only attacking in the 2 middle square. Oh, fuck. Not that. Let's see if I can get it. So I've never seen any YouTube videos on this method. Fuck. Which means it's probably bad. But what I like to do is I'll attack here, and then run, attack there. As soon as True Tile's over there. Now I'm not taking any of his attacks. So if you're very low on supplies on head phase, this is a trick. It's going to go through stamina, but you're going to use very little food. But I've got plenty of food, so I'm going to stop doing that. If you're, well, I guess there'd be no reason to alt on, oop, and, oh phew, I thought I lost my Xerxades. There'd be no reason to alt on your main, because you can't suicide supplies. That's a bummer. But you can scale the raid, and you don't have to add another account or multi-log or anything like that. You just scale the raid by going to the settings outside and changing the raid scaling. You're really trying to set it up so that you're turning Ohm's head as much as possible. Oh, Jesus Christ. This special heals him if you don't stand on it. Just gotta tag it and then you can run. Which, if you died and you want to get back some points, sort of found that as a way to you can heal him a little bit and get more points back from attacking the head. So I do think P3 is where you get the most points for the raid. Ooh, walked right into that bomb. I'm gonna try to conceal this for the dramatic walk up. Oh boy. I don't know if it's worth re-overloading. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Okay. The dramatic walk up, put our drip on. And already, I do know what the outcome is. Because I think the little group icon would flash. Yeah, there we go. Dark Relic maybe? No, decent herbs though. Huh, that was my 99th. 6%, 6.21% for the whole party. I guess I could check the other account. It would show. It would show if you got something. It's a white light over there too. Well, that's a typical raid. I'll show solo too.